What's up, everybody? It's your favorite bots who's afraid of heights, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at Transformers Generations Combiner Wars Silverbolt. And let's talk about accessories. He comes with this. This is it. It's a single cast, 2 pieces of plastic. It actually has a pin in there, so maybe that's to reinforce it, not sure. Decent line work, but not a lick of paint on either piece. And mine looks like a dog has been chewing on it. Not sure why, but they really should do something about their animal control there at that Vietnamese factory. You can combine it and he can hold it, like, I guess I'll just show you. Okay, so he can hold it at the end there, then the gun's a little bit disproportionate to him. He can hold it up here, but then it barely fits in his hand. So what I suggest is take this off, use that as a shield, and then use this as a gun, and that is not hateful, right? That's decent, correct? So we'll take that off and we'll talk about this figure. Head is on a ball peg. You get a fair amount up, and then this whole piece here is on a hinge, so you can get a cheat a little bit, but you can get a fair amount up and then nothing really down. Blue paint on the eyes and silver paint on the face. This also is an odd facial expression. Looks like an old grandpa. Anyway, moving down the figure, we got a ton of color break up here in the torso. We got orange. We got these Superion antenna that come like a little bit like low-hanging nipples, but we'll let that go. We got a red piece of plastic here with the Autobot logo, and then silver paint on top of it here. We got orange paint down in there. So there's good color break up there. Then you add in the black plastic shoulder pieces. It does break it up nicely. They are on universal joints, ratcheted both ways. And actually they're not universals. This is on a ratchet inside the piece, and then this is on its own ratchet outside, which is fine. Bicep swivel, and this is actually orange paint on top of whatever color plastic this is. I'm not sure why they made that choice. You see I got chipping there. I'm not sure why they wouldn't have just gone with the orange plastic. Then those color oranges would match also. I don't understand the logic behind that. Single hinge elbow, non-ratcheted, just hinge, but it's a tight hinge. Nothing for the wrist at all. And we got orange paint there, and that's about it. Moving down to the hips, ratcheted universals, pretty good. Same kind of business with Motormaster, but not as bad. And we have a single hinged knee joint. Actually, no, it's double hinged. It's a double hinged knee joint. For the calf, we have silver paint there. We got red plastic and then white paint on it there. So there's a fair amount of color breakup on his lower legs as well. Feet have a tilt, no rocker, and then this heel spur. And as for the back, it's a plane on his back, right? I don't know why they didn't split this piece here. I can't think of one good reason, but as a result, no waist swivel, which isn't a big deal in this mode, but it will be a big deal in Superion mode, right? So I'm not exactly sure why they made that decision, but I think it was a tactical error. And then here, I guess you can open these up if you want them opened, or you can close them. Everything does collapse nicely with each other. This does that for some reason. Not sure why. I guess we'll talk about it when we get into plane mode. Speaking of which, let's get this party started. So fold the heels back, open this flap up, and then they should fold in, close that back up. Same on the other side. I guess this one has to be at an angle. That one, I guess it does too. I guess that one does too. It just didn't feel like it. Alright, so that one folds in. Close that up. And then we have to, let's get the head hidden away here. Open that up. Fold the head in. close that up, bring the whole nose of the airplane down like that, and then let's see. So that tab has to go in there, and in order to do so you have to rotate it on its knees, so to speak. There, same here, use the thigh swivel and then open that flap up and collapse it so that that pegs in. The hands aren't much thought out either, but they're possibly even worse. This goes down in that little nook, and same there, and then fold the wings down and they tab in there. Fold that up, and there you have this. I don't mind it from this angle. This is just, nobody can really figure out how to make this plane work, but there is their attempt at it, and I don't find it much. Actually, I find it worse than any other representation that I've seen of Silver Bowl, but it doesn't mean that the other ones have done it great either. It's just that I don't think that this one has even improved upon that. This landing gear comes down, not a lick of paint on that, and so that looks pretty boring. And then the other wheels are supposed to be here, but you can't tell because there's no paint on them either. And that's it. And then I guess you can take your blaster and put it there, or on the tip of the airplane like that, if you so choose. Let's see, actually, for the sake of argument, if no room. And that doesn't go. So I guess you can plug them in down in here. Not great, right? Nothing, no option up on top, right? That I can see. Okay, let's get them into combine mode. You fold this down, fold the landing gear up. These become the hips, so you want to take those out. And then I guess you want to rotate them. Fold the hands back, and then rotate so that you have something that looks somewhat like that. And there, that is. You have to open this piece, which can be a bit of a pain. And then that will plug into the back of this, what you call fold the antenna up. My antennae are a little warped, but they're not terrible. They're soft, rubbery plastic, so that's kind of why there's issues there in the first place. And you do something here. Let's see. Okay. So it's just this piece folds up there. Rotate these pieces in. And there you have him. Oh, I guess fold these down. This is where he'll combine. I'll show you that once I get air raid. He's on his way. Yeah. We'll talk about him when we get him combined, but that's how you do it. Waist swivel would have probably done this guy a fair bit of justice to hide like the length of this abdomen here, I think. But it is all fairly clean, I'll give it that. This looks a little diaperish to me, but whatever. Ugh, yeah, actually I wish a piece came down. Maybe if they'd I don't know. Oh, and then I guess I know a piece that could come down. There we go. There we go. And then, well, you know where that leads. No. Absolutely not. No, you got me to do it last time. Absolutely not. No dice, no how, no way. No. No, you're getting me upset. I don't want to, no. Okay, fine, he has a head for a wiener. And there he is with his Aerialbot compadres. So final thoughts, his big drawback for me, in my opinion, is lack of waist swivel. I don't see the reason why it wouldn't be there. I mean, I guess it came down to a number of pieces and stuff like that, but it's just, that's a shame. It's a real shame for something like that to really take away from the figure that it could be done. It's just comes down to bean counters and so forth, and it's just unfortunate. Combine mode, I have issues with it, but I'm not going to discuss it a whole lot until I get Air Raid, and then I'll put them together. I'm not going to get Alpha Bravo, and I'm going to be waiting a while for Slingshot, so just so it's not completely irrelevant, I will put them together minus a limb and take a look at them, and then we'll discuss that more. But for just this this portion of them, it's really that waist swivel that eats me up. The jet mode is ugly, but I kind of give them a pass because it's just not an easy thing to pull off and make look cool. I just don't think they did it well. I don't think that they did it better than anyone who has done it prior to them, mainly TFC. I don't think that this did a better job. TFC took some liberties with the jet mode, so maybe that's why. I don't know. But yeah. I really think this guy's strength is in his bot mode, much like Motormaster. I think that the standout feature about this guy is, one, just how much of a homage it is to the G1 representation. Like, it really, really strikes you as a proper G1 Silverbolt. The other one being just the significant amount of color breakup there in his upper body. It just makes the figure look more dynamic and more interesting to look at, as opposed to just a more boring figure. Is he worth the money? I guess so. I think he's fairly solid. He has his issues, but 25 bucks is 25 bucks. Just like Motormaster, I think 20 would be a no-brainer, but probably worth it. It'll probably scratch a little bit of a nostalgic itch for you. It scratched a bit of a nostalgic itch for me. I'll be displaying this team in bot mode also. I'd say if you're in for that, you'd probably enjoy them. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.